Welcome back, everyone. I am the Dior, and this is Langrisser Mobile. Alright, new month, new banner. Also, some new items. I believe the new exclusive equipment is just for Hoffman, which I don't care about. There's also some new inscription talents, which I think the only one that's of any mention for my box is Liana. So Liana now has this Radiant Benediction. Which is act again has +1 range now, so it has 3 range instead of 2. This pretty much just brings it in line with all of the new act again effects that are usually 3 or 4 range. And it will apply reinforcement and immune, which is just immune to all stats effects for 2 turns on top of that. So very, very useful. So I'll go ahead and unlock that. And there you go. Alright. As for the banner, we have Molded Might and Petals of Poison, which has Seraphina and somebody else. Seraphina and Virelia. Seraphina is kind of weird, like poisoned stacking striker type character, while Virelia is essentially just a long range AoE monster or double strike single target. Both of them are pretty interesting. I think I only saw Seraphina in like 1 match ever in Chinese matches. Virelia was definitely very, very common though. She just kind of builds up and then just kind of blows up everything. So, in any case, let's go ahead and dive in. My intention is to get 1 of each. If I somehow get Virelia to high stars, I may replace Namiya with her. But with the next banner in the future being an LLR character, that is essentially, it's an LLR version of Chris. We're probably going to be using her. Since she's a faction buffer and all that good stuff. Anyway, let's dive in. I don't know if I have any steps towards pity. Because there was that week where we were getting free normal 10 pulls, but I know I got 1 SSR out of that, so I don't know how much pity I have beyond that. Okay. Let's see what we get. Alright, we got Seraphina. Imperial Executioner, a cruel and cold-blooded woman who sees all beings as puppets and chess pieces. Alright. Yeah, a lot of interesting characters coming out in the future. We're gonna get a Glory faction, or was it Glory? Light of Glory? I don't remember what it's exactly called, but that faction, I'm gonna finally have a faction buffer that's female. And then later on, I'm gonna eventually have a Yillis faction buffer. So pretty much I'll have everyone except for, I think that's everybody. I think that's all the factions. Am I missing any? Yeah, that might actually give me coverage with all female characters of the factions. Now, finding room for them in the box will be a challenge in itself. Well, actually, I am after those two faction buffers. I'll be missing protagonist. That's the one I'll be missing because apparently they didn't want to give Almeta a faction buff. Alright, looks like we're hitting pity. It happens. Another Seraphina. Alright. I don't know if Seraphina could actually do very well in PvP, simply because of I think it requires a lot of debuffs. I don't know if the poisons themselves count towards the stacks, because the way she works is if you have four stacks of poison on a target, or sorry, if you have 3 or more stacks of poison on a target and they get 4 debuffs, they die instantly at the end of their turn, which is pretty interesting. Alright, we've gone through all of our vouchers. Also, kind of lost count. Oh well. Also, I believe they added another story mode thing. I mean, it's not really like it's not like a story. It's more like new time rifts, which I haven't been doing. I do need to eventually get back into doing them. I mean, the rewards don't really matter that much to me anymore, so... I mean, I'm pretty sure you get some vouchers and crystals, like usual, but the rest of the stuff is usually pretty inconsequential. Okay. I think that was 80 pulls, but I'm not entirely certain. I kind of lost count. Alright. Finally got Virelia. Perfect Molder, the Grand Magister of the Spellcasting School, a Molder who defends the Fairy Queen. Alright. So give me a bit and we'll get them up to speed. Alright, that took me a bit. I also didn't remember to do any of my casting patterns until after I was done doing all their Gates of Fate and all that. Both Seraphina and the other character, what is her name? Virelia, both commit the cardinal sin of having a character requirement for their final mission, but that final mission's achievements include fighting alone. So I have to go and fight. I have to go and do theirs again a second time just to get their achievement. So terrible for that. But let's go ahead and talk about the characters. Seraphina. So Inexorable Brand increases attack and crit by 15%. It originally was 10%, but she's 4 stars right now. Her attacks are not affected by melee damage reduction. She ignores obstructions from enemy units while moving and doesn't consume mobility when moving through terrain occupied by units. Applies Cunning Toxin to enemies passed through, which is a debuff. Duration is increased by 1 turn, and chance to be critically hit is increased by 20%. When this effect is applied again, its duration is refreshed and it upgrades to Death's Erosion, inflicting an additional effect. After taking action, if the unit has at least 4 debuffs, it will immediately die. Or if it's a monster, if it's a AI monster, it's 5 times attack in damage. And it lasts for 2 turns. It also, both Cunning Toxin and Death's Erosion does bypass immunity and cannot be dispelled. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure she can't do a thing to Ymir, but that's okay. As for her abilities, we'll go over those later. Actually, no, we'll go over them now. So she's got Thorns of Execution. After attacking, gains the opportunity to move a number of blocks equal to the number of blocks moved before battle. So she has a hit and run very similar to Knight of Mystery. And then on top of that, she can activate to apply Cunning Poison to an enemy, infinite range for 2 turns. After use, her buffs don't degrade, and she can move another 3 blocks and attack again. So that helps with her limited mobility, because she does have only have 3 mobility on both her classes. She does also have Visish or Vicus Corruption, which is a 4 range line AoE. Does 0.3 times AoE damage, inflicts Cunning Toxin. It also does a random powerful debuff, and if she crits, it also does another random powerful debuff as well. So it's one of her ways to get a bunch of debuffs applied. She does have some kind of standard stuff, a mixture of both infantry and assassin type skills. She does have Repose for bypassing guard, though of course that's not too great nowadays with the meta. But yeah, she's got that going. Soldier, she's got a variety of a mixture of troops. Most people, some of the suggestions say going Earth Elf Knight, just so you can do more stealing buffs and stuff like that, and inflicting more debuffs. Equipment-wise, I went with Demon Slayers, which of course also applies debuffs and can steal buffs. For now, I also gave her the Wings of Splendor, just so she can get some additional mobility, and then the rest of the stuff is pretty standard infantry stuff. She does have an Assassin class, which does have 2 range, but the Swordsmaster class does get you access to the Demon Slayer sword as well as the Wings of Splendor, unlike the Assassin class. Besides that, that's pretty much the gist of it. Nothing too special to point out here, so we'll just dive into this. Forging Blood with Venom and casting the blade with Howls of Sorrow. Defeat all enemies. Got it. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, Tabras, huh? I'll stay this range. It apparently still puts me in range. Good. Alright. Oh no. We'll just do that. So I can get my riposte back and finish this off. Of course, now he turns into this, which can't do anything because it has no other allies to mess with, so I just go and kill you. Boop. Alright. Okay, let's dive into this. The continent lies on the board, and all beings are the pieces in this web of conspiracy. No one can remain impartial. Alright. Alright, passive, passive. Can move another 3 blocks and attack again. Got it. So all the way to there. Got it. Okay, you can't do anything special. And you don't have any way of actually guarding. Noted. Alright. So we're going to fall you back. Just comparing stats. Oh, I can only apply it to you. Okay, that's fine. Forgot about that weird limitation. You gonna go by yourself? Alright. That works for us. Get this going. Alright, I forgot. This is how we can do this. Alright, as long as I kill one of you. Alright. Alright, I can seize you. Boop. Alright. Okay, the AI is not willing to use this guy's ability to bring him back, but that's okay. There we go. Alright. Oh, forgot about this. You look upside down. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. Alright, so... passive. After initiating battle, deals fixed damage once to any enemy within 1 ring range of the target. Damage is dealt is equal to 0.2 times this battle's damage, up to 10 times the target's attack. Yeah, and if they have Cunning Toxin and Death Erosion, they can't be immune to the fixed damage, which is kind of neat. Attacks us, and then it has a it's a 2-range attack, 1.5 times damage. After attacking, the passive effects from fixed damage is doubled. Of course, melee soldiers can also attack. If they already have Death's Erosion or Cunning Toxin, it stuns. And after dealing damage, applies Death's Erosion to the target for 2 turns. So there you go. Alright. So yeah, a neat little assassin type character, though without as much ridiculous mobility. Does have some hit run mechanics though. Alright, Virilia. Deals 15% increased damage after taking action if no attack was made this turn. Performs spell preparation to strengthen the next skill cast. Eradicate focuses on damage. Agglomerate increases range. Catalyze reduces cooldown. Any buffs on the caster do not lose their turn count and can move an additional 2 blocks and act again. And can only trigger the act again, or spell preparation can only be triggered after 3 turns. Each time a different spell preparation effect from the last is performed, unit range +1 up to +2. Okay. So yeah, I believe every time she gets a spell prep, she can increase her range. Something like that. Alright. Besides that, we got... she has access to both caster classes. They're just both mages. Scythe of Adjudication does get a passive AoE bonus once you max out her bonds, so that's why I went with that. Other than that, they're pretty similar. Alright, she does have access to Heaven's Sanction, which is very common to see spammed in a lot of AoE matches. She does have an exclusive passive, which I'm not sure why I don't have that equipped. Let's have that equipped. When forced into battle, this unit is not affected by melee damage reduction, and when taking failed damage from a physical attack, keyword being physical, instead of dying, they self-res. This effect can only trigger again after 5 turns, during which one spell preparation cannot be performed. Alright. Also, when she does self-res, she does get a random spell preparation. She also has a single target attack that's 1.5 times damage, and every spell preparation increases the damage by 15%. And when attacking, reduces all of this unit's trigger cooldowns by 1 turn. And then she just has a variety of various single target and AoEs. Mostly, I usually see Heaven's Sanction being spammed more often than not, because you can spam it twice with her fancy little spell preparations. Let's see, nothing to point out here. Oh, did I forget to actually give you some of this? Give me one moment. Okay, that's better. Slightly more HP. Alright, soldiers. Kind of has a mixture. I am currently just using Sky Archers for the mobility. Also, I do have Glory of the World, so I can get that passive HP stuff. I did go ahead and go with Miracle Staff. If I do intend on using her, I would probably use her as an AoE. Besides that, went with Holy Ring. Kept it pretty simple as far as her gear is concerned. Alright, and let's go ahead and dive into Awakenings. The scholar who explores the forbidden and forgets their faith will eventually face the Scythe of Judgment. Alright. Me versus Seraphina. Apparently had first strike. Oh no, she had 1 range there. Oh, this might hurt. I won. Yay for no melee damage reduction. Alright. So, what this one will do, Eliminate makes it so you cast a second time at reduced power. Deals only half damage, and it's for both AoE skills, it reduces the skill span. But it lets you spam it, and that's all that matters. Then Agglomeration increases your range, but you can only attack in a straight line. Or sorry, can only move in a straight line. And then the last one is, I think, just reduces cooldowns. Yeah. We'll just do this one. So yeah, with this I can go all the way to here, but still can't reach. Alright, and now I can just attack from here. There we go. Alright. A hollow body gradually fills with emotion, becoming truly alive. And then we make him dead again. Alright. Oh, putting me in the back this time, huh? Alright. Actually, I think I'm always in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to see how far I can go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to open with the murder everyone strat. Alright, I'm not going to even bother looking at the other characters. We're just going to murder. Alright, we're going to pick this one. Eliminate. And then I can move in. So yeah, the span's only 4 instead of 5, but now I can do it twice. Alright. Oh, you can shoot that far, huh? Oh wow, and you have that range too. Good for you. That's what I wanted, but still not good enough. Yeah, unfortunately they have quite the debuffs right now. Alright, thank you for the shuffle. That's interesting. Using strengthen to still cycle your buff. I can live with that. Alright. I think I survived all that thanks to just the debuffs Roland did. And I can live with that. And then just bonk ya. Fortunately, I did kind of deny myself there. Let's just back up and we'll just do it the other way. Attack will do enough. There we go. Alright, there we go. Awakenings, done for both characters, and it summons. I'll talk about her 3C. Well, at least you're not upside down. Alright. Okay. Scythe of Retribution. After dealing damage with a skill, deals fixed damage once to equal to 2 times the caster's int to enemy's hit. If the target's HP is not higher than 20%, this fixed damage ignores immunity. So it essentially can snipe people that just recently self-resed. As an AoE, it does 0.33 times magic damage, applying 2 random debuffs, and for each enemy eliminated, performs 1 random spell preparation after taking action. So yeah, essentially she just runs up, hits you with a big spell twice, and smacks you with fixed damage multiple times, and that's pretty much the gimmick. So unless you have someone that's doing some sort of passive healing, such as Rose and Seal, you generally don't want Virelia anywhere near you when it comes to AoE spam. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I am V Depressed Hero, this is Langrisser Mobile, and I'll see you guys later.